There are nights that don't feel like any other. Nights where the soul stirs quietly, asking questions it was too afraid to voice during the rush of the day. There are nights that ask nothing from us but presence. Not perfection, not performance, just a willing heart to rest in something greater than our own strength. And maybe, just maybe, this is that kind of night. A night where heaven draws near not because we earned it, but because we slowed down enough to notice it was always here. A night not meant to be understood, but received. So here I am, Lord, in the hush of this room, with the walls breathing stillness and the air holding its breath. I come. I'm not coming to impress you, not coming to fix anything, not even to figure anything out. I'm coming because I need you, because I've reached the end of what my own understanding can hold, and I'm tired of pretending that I can carry everything alone. The moon is high, the world is asleep, and I'm finally ready to stop running, not just with my feet, but with my thoughts, with my emotions, with my soul. Let this be a holy night. Let this quiet space become more than a bedroom. Let it become a sanctuary. Let the mattress be an altar, the blanket a covering of grace, the silence a sacred invitation. Let every breath I take draw me nearer to the truth that you are already here, that you have always been here, waiting, not with judgment, but with gentleness, not with demands, but with delight. You delight in my being here. That alone is enough to undo me. So I breathe slowly now, not because I want to perform relaxation, but because I want to feel what it means to be held. I inhale mercy and exhale anxiety. I breathe in the nearness of your presence and release the tight grip of everything I couldn't control today. The tension in my shoulders, the ache behind my eyes, the thoughts I've been wrestling to the ground. I let them soften. I let them go. I let them fall at your feet like weary travelers finally home. Let this breath be a prayer. Let this stillness be worship. Let this moment be enough. I don't have polished words tonight, and I don't think you're asking for them. What I do have is the ache behind my smile. The questions I carry like weights tucked beneath my skin. The tiredness that seeps deeper than muscle and bone. The kind that lingers in the heart and hides behind every "I'm fine." What I have is honesty. And if you want that, if you can use that, then I offer it freely. I bring you my confusion, the things I thought I would have figured out by now, but don't. I bring you my disappointment, the parts of my story that didn't unfold the way I prayed they would. I bring you the grief I still don't have words for, the moments I felt invisible, the wounds I pretended didn't matter. I bring you the pressure I put on myself to be strong when all I wanted was someone to tell me I didn't have to be. I bring you my fear, not just the loud kind that shouts worst-case scenarios, but the quiet kind that whispers what if every time I try to rest. I bring you the guilt that clings like a shadow, and the shame that convinces me I should have done better, been better, known better. I bring you the part of me that still doubts whether I'm worthy of being loved as I am. Not for what I do, not for what I fix, but simply because I exist. And as I lay all of this down before you, I feel something loosening in me. Not all at once, not with fanfare, but gently, like threads being unraveled by patient hands. I let go. I let go of needing to understand everything. I let go of needing to fix everything before I rest. I let go of the version of me that thought peace could only come when every loose end was tied. I give you the mess. I give you the raw, unedited version of me that's tired of pretending. I give you the thoughts I can't untangle, the relationships I can't repair, the memories I wish I could erase, the future I can't predict. I give you the weight of trying to be enough for everyone. I give you the expectations I've placed on myself that you never asked me to carry. You are not intimidated by the clutter of my soul. You don't shrink back from the things I hide. You already know it all, and still you draw near. Still, you call me beloved. So I surrender, not as someone defeated, but as someone finally done pretending they had to do it all alone. I surrender the striving. I surrender the shame. I surrender the illusion of control. I surrender the timelines I thought you had to follow. I surrender the fear that says if I don't hold it all together, everything will fall apart. You are the God who holds all things, even me, especially me. You're not surprised by my fragility. You designed me with limits, so I would lean into you. You never asked me to be unbreakable. You asked me to be available, to be present, to be still and know. And as I settle into this stillness, I remember who you are. You're not far. You are not indifferent. You are not disappointed in my delay. You are the shepherd who leaves the 99 to find the one who wandered. You are the father who runs toward the returning child. You are the healer who touches lepers, who weeps with the grieving, who silences storms with a word. You are the light in my darkness, the anchor in my storm, the whisper in my chaos, the one who never stops pursuing, never stops holding, never stops being good, even when life isn't. You are steady when I am shaky. You are mercy when I am messy. You are peace when I am panicked. You are grace when I am grasping. I don't have to earn what you already gave freely. I don't have to perform to be invited into rest. I am here. You are here. And that is more than enough. So tonight, I whisper what I couldn't say in the noise. I declare what I struggled to believe in the daylight. I speak faith over my fear, hope over my hesitation, peace over my panic. I declare that peace is rising, not because everything is fixed, but because I've chosen to trust the one who holds what I cannot. I declare that chains are breaking, not always in visible ways, but in the slow, quiet cracking of strongholds I thought would never move. I declare that this night is holy, not because I feel holy, but because you are here. I declare that I will not wake up the same, because I did not lay down the same. I lay down in faith. I lay down in surrender. Let this bed be an altar. Let this pillow be a place of healing. Let every breath I take be an invitation for your spirit to fill the empty spaces. Guard this room. Guard my dreams. Let no fear survive the presence of your love. Let no lie linger in the shadow of your truth. Speak to me in dreams, Lord. Whisper direction I didn't even know I needed. Heal places I didn't know were broken. Move in the quiet where my words end. Do what only you can do, not because I deserve it, but because that's who you are. I trust you, not just for what you can do, but for who you are. And even if nothing around me looks different in the morning, I will believe that something in me has changed. Because you move in silence. You move in sleep. You move in surrender. So now I rest, not in fear, but in faith. Not in striving, but in stillness. Not in doubt, but in the quiet confidence that you are already working on my behalf. You never sleep, so I can. You never stop being faithful, so I don't have to keep proving my worth. You are good. You are near. You are enough. And that is enough for me tonight. Let the night hold me. Let your spirit cover me. Let peace run deeper than exhaustion. Let trust grow louder than fear. Let your presence be the last thing I feel as I drift into sleep. Wrap me in peace, in light, in your love. This night belongs to you. I am yours, and I am finally beautifully at rest. There is something holy about the quiet that follows honesty, like the hush that falls after a soul lays down its burdens and dares to breathe again. This silence is not empty. It is full of presence. It is filled with the nearness of a God who doesn't flinch at the weight we carry, who doesn't need noise to be powerful. This is the kind of quiet where things begin to shift, not loudly, but deeply. And as the stillness stretches around me like a gentle veil, I let myself fall into it, not as an escape, but as a return to you. Tonight, I don't want to just talk to you. I want to rest in you. I want to be so still in your presence that even my thoughts begin to quiet. I want to breathe in your nearness like air. I want to be held, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, completely. I want to remember that I was never meant to hold everything together by myself. I was never meant to solve every problem, anticipate every outcome, or protect myself from every unknown. I was meant to rest in the one who already knows the end from the beginning. So I released the grip I've had on today, the things I wish I had said differently, the emotions I didn't know how to manage, the tension I tried to smile through, the mistakes I keep replaying. I release them now. I refuse to carry them into the next moment. You are not asking me to rehearse what's behind me. You are inviting me to rest in what's ahead. And what's ahead is peace. Not because circumstances guarantee it, but because you are in it. What's ahead is healing. Not because I've earned it, but because you delight in restoring what was broken. What's ahead is rest, not just for my body, but for my soul. Soul deep, spirit-soothing rest that goes beyond 8 hours of sleep. Rest that rebuilds me. Rest that reminds me who I am. Not what I've done, not what I've failed at, not what I fear, but who I am is yours. So I return to that truth now. I am yours. Chosen. Known. Loved without condition. Not tolerated, delighted in. Not forgotten, held. Not judged, covered in mercy. You don't love the polished version of me more than the one lying here tonight with undone edges and unspoken needs. You don't require anything from me tonight but my presence. And that changes everything. Because when I know I'm loved like that, I don't have to beg you to move. I just have to make room. I just have to open my hands. I just have to whisper yes. Yes to healing. Yes to surrender. Yes to whatever you want to speak into this night. So I pause again. I listen. I don't fill the silence with noise or my own words. I wait. And in the waiting, I feel you drawing close. Not with thunder, not with urgency, but with that familiar stillness that says, I am here. That's all I need. You are here. In this sacred hush, I offer what I didn't even know I was still holding. The disappointment that buried itself beneath logic. The insecurity that disguises itself as strength. The need to be everything for everyone, while forgetting that you never asked that of me. I give it all back to you now. I let go of control, not as a failure, but as freedom. I let go of the tight timelines I've imposed on healing, on change, on provision. I let go of the pressure to hurry the process. I let go of the idea that rest has to be earned. Rest is not a reward. It's a gift. It's a place. It's a person. You are rest. You are the place where my soul exhales. I don't want to rush past this. I don't want to fall asleep simply to escape the weight of the day. I want to fall asleep into you, into the hands that shape the stars and still choose to cradle my soul, into the arms that never grow weary, into the presence that doesn't leave me when the world does. You're not like people. You are not conditional. You don't change your mind. You don't grow tired of hearing my voice. You don't keep score. You keep me. And tonight, I rest in that keeping. You're the God who stays. You are the God who speaks peace into storms and silence into chaos. You are the God who heals slowly and suddenly, who rebuilds what I thought was beyond repair, who resurrects what I had already buried in disappointment. You are the God of midnight miracles. You're the one who does holy work in hidden places. So come into the hidden places tonight. The parts of me I haven't known how to bring to the surface. The grief I buried deep because I didn't think it mattered anymore. The ache that shows up when things are quiet and my mind wanders. The longing for more, for something I can't even fully name. You know what I need, even when I don't have the words for it. You know what's missing. You know what's too heavy. And you meet me right here, without condemnation, without pressure. Only love, only kindness. Let your kindness wash over me like soft rain. Let it dissolve the fear that lingers even in rest. Let it melt away the guilt I carry for not being more, doing more, fixing more. Let it remind me that you never asked me to prove my worth. You called me worthy long before I did anything to earn it. You call me beloved, and that's the name I choose to rest in tonight. Beloved, seen, safe, covered, held. I don't need to feel brave tonight. I don't need to feel strong. I just need to be still. I just need to believe that you are enough even when I am not. Especially when I am not. You are the enough that fills every gap. The enough that steadies me when everything feels uncertain. The enough that holds the broken pieces without needing me to glue them back together first. So I speak peace over every thought that tries to pull me away from this moment. Peace over the what-ifs. Peace over the regrets. Peace over the fear of tomorrow. Peace over the pain of yesterday. Peace over the voice that says I'm too much, not enough, forgotten, alone. None of that belongs here. Not in this room. Not in this bed. Not in this breath. This night is sacred. This space is consecrated. This sleep is holy. And I declare, not because I feel it yet, but because I trust you, I declare that something is shifting in the spirit. That peace is entering the places where anxiety lived. That trust is rising where doubt once stood. That joy is returning, not as a feeling, but as a rooted, unshakable confidence that I am not alone in the dark. You are here. You are always here. And you will be here in the morning, just as faithful as you are now. So I release the fear that tries to convince me otherwise. I renounce every lie that says I have to earn rest, prove peace, or explain my weakness. I choose instead to simply be, to simply breathe, to simply surrender. Let your spirit fill the cracks. Let your truth replace every lie. Let your nearness be the song my heart falls asleep to. I don't need to understand it all. I don't need to see how you're working. I don't need to have clarity before I sleep. I just need you, and you are already here. So I will not wrestle. I will not reach. I will not run. I will rest. I will rest. I will rest. Wrap me in your love, Lord. Wrap me in peace that surpasses every reason I have to be afraid. Wrap me in the light that exposes no shame, only safety. Wrap me in the stillness that restores. And let this be a night that marks something sacred. Not because anything outside of me changes, but because everything within me is surrendered. This is not just sleep. This is worship. This is trust. This is holy. And I am ready now. Not because I figured it out, but because I finally laid it down. So I close my eyes with confidence, not in myself, but in you, you who never slumber, you who sing over me in the night, you who move in silence, you who hold every tomorrow and every piece of me. This night belongs to you, and so do I. There is something tender about the way you wait for me, not with crossed arms or tapping feet, but with open hands and quiet patience. You do not rush me. You do not interrupt. You simply wait until my heart slows enough to meet yours, until the roar of the world fades into something soft, until I remember that you never left. You never stopped being near. I just stopped noticing. But I notice now. I notice the hush that settles in the room like a whisper of heaven. I notice how the air feels different when I stop carrying everything on my own. I notice the way my body loosens, how my thoughts soften, how my chest doesn't feel so heavy when I start to believe I am safe. And I am. I am safe here, not because the world outside is quiet, but because the one inside this moment is unshakable. You're not a faraway deity watching from a distance. You're the God who leans in close, the God who chooses to dwell in the middle of my mess, the God who knows every crack in my voice and every crease in my soul, and loves me more, not less because of it. So I stop pretending. I stop dressing up my prayer in language I think you want to hear. I just talk to you, like I always could have, like I always should have, because you don't love the perfect version of me. You love the present one. You love the version of me that doesn't have all the answers, that still aches, that still questions, that still fears. And you meet that version with mercy. So I let mercy in. I let it flow into the corners of my heart that shame tried to hide. I let it reach the places I didn't think were worthy of healing. I let it touch the wounds that I convinced myself didn't matter anymore. They still matter. I still matter. And you never stopped caring. You never stopped noticing the small things, the quiet prayers, the tears I blinked away before anyone saw, the way I kept showing up even when I didn't feel seen. You saw it all. You see me now. And for the first time in a while, I feel seen not for what I do or fix or give, but just for being here, just for breathing, just for being willing to sit with you in this holy silence. There is healing in this stillness. There is something sacred about not needing to rush, not needing to prove, not needing to plan the next thing. There's nothing I have to do right now, except be, except stay, except let you hold me the way you always wanted to. So I let myself be held, not just metaphorically, not just theologically, but deeply, personally, completely. I imagine your presence like arms of light wrapping around me, strong, sure, warm. I imagine the weight of my worry falling away as I lean in. I imagine my thoughts no longer spiraling, but resting, like leaves floating gently onto still water. I don't need to control this moment. I don't need to fill the space. I don't need to keep asking what's next. You are what's next. You are what's now. You're always enough. You are the one who walks on storms without sinking, the one who speaks and oceans obey. The one who kneels in gardens and whispers, "Not my will, but yours." The one who took the cross, not because you had to, but because love would not let you turn away. If that's who you are, then I trust you with me. I trust you with what I don't understand. I trust you with what I haven't healed from. I trust you with the parts of me that don't look like faith yet. Because you never required perfection to move. You only asked for surrender. So I give all again. I give you the longing I can't explain. I give you the pressure that tightens in my chest at night. I give you the need to be needed, to be praised, to be told I'm enough, when you already called me that before I was born. I give you the parts of me that still strive, still rush, still grasp for control, when all you ever asked for was my trust. And if trusting means lying here in the dark and choosing to believe that silence isn't the absence of love, then that's what I'll do. If trusting means releasing my timeline for when healing should come, for when answers should arrive, for when joy should return, then I surrender it. If trusting means falling asleep before the breakthrough and waking up still waiting, but holding on, then I'm still here. Because I believe you are worth waiting on. You are the God who does not forget. You are the God who keeps every promise, even when the path to fulfillment looks nothing like I imagined. You are the God of process, the God of slow miracles, the God of deep, internal shifts that start in silence and finish in glory. So if all you do tonight is whisper to my spirit, "I'm still working," that's enough for me. If all you do tonight is give me peace instead of answers, that's still a miracle. Because peace is what I need more than clarity. Stillness is what I need more than speed. Presence is what I need more than plans. So I lay down the plan again. I lay down the agenda. I lay down the question, when? I lay down the fear that says I've missed my chance, that I've waited too long, that I've fallen too far behind. You're not on my clock, and your grace never runs out. You move in perfect timing, and I will rest in that, even if I don't understand it. Even if nothing changes tonight but the way I see you, that is still everything. Because sometimes the greatest miracle isn't the changed circumstance, it's the calmed heart. And mine is calmer now, because I've stopped trying to be strong in front of you, because I've stopped holding back the parts that still hurt, because I've remembered that I am not a project to fix, I am a personal love. And you are the God who loves with no expiration date, the God who never runs out of patience, the God who is still here. So let this be a night of unhurried healing. Let it be a night of unseen shifts. Let it be a night where the soul finally stops striving and begins to settle. Let it be a night where hope rises, not because I made it, but because I let it in. Let it be a night where the walls I built around my heart start to fall, brick by brick, until all that's left is vulnerability and light. Let it be a night of divine exhale. Let it be a night of peace that passes what I thought peace had to look like. Let it be a night that belongs to you. Because I do. I belong to you. Not just the part of me that prays, but the part of me that panics, the part of me that wonders, the part of me that still waits. All of me is yours. And all of this is holy. Even the mess, even the ache, even the parts I'd rather hide. It's all holy in your hands. So I rest, not as an escape, but as an offering. Not because I gave up, but because I gave in. Not because I quit, but because I trust. Wrap me again in your nearness. Wrap me again in the truth I forget when I'm tired. That I am not forgotten. That I am not behind. That I am not too much or too little. That I am loved. That I am safe. That I can sleep because you never do. This breath is worship. This silence is sacred. This night is yours. And so am I. There are moments in the night when everything feels quieter than it should be, when even the walls seem to hold their breath, and time slows to a hush. But it's in this hush that I hear you best. Not with my ears, but with something deeper. A knowing. A warmth that doesn't come from blankets, but from presence. A holy hush that doesn't ask for words, only openness. And so, I let go again. Not because I'm trying to be holy, but because I'm tired of trying to be in charge. I'm tired of guarding every part of me, of pretending I'm not overwhelmed, of clinging to the illusion that if I just plan better, if I just try harder, I can hold everything together. I can't. And you never asked me to. You only asked me to come, to return, to release, to rest. So I do, again and again. Every night becomes another invitation to stop fighting what I was never created to fix alone. Every breath becomes a quiet yes. Every slow exhale becomes a way of saying, I trust you more than I trust my fear. I give you the weariness that doesn't show on my face, but lives in my bones. I give you the worry I dressed up as responsibility. I give you the parts of me that still try to prove something to someone, even though I already have nothing to prove to you. I give you the moments I overthought, the words I regret, the places where I felt small in rooms I was meant to belong in. I give you the silent disappointments, the unanswered texts, the sudden waves of loneliness that crept in without asking. I give you my expectations of others, of myself, of you. Because even my expectations, when clung to too tightly, become a burden. You are not limited by what I think should happen. You are not confined by the story I would have written. You are weaving something far deeper than I could see, and I trust that even when it looks nothing like what I hoped for, it's still good, because you're still good. Even when doors closed, even when timing stretched, even when people left, even when the healing felt too slow, even when I doubted, even when I wondered if you heard me, you were still good, and you were still here. You were never scared away by my sadness. You were never annoyed by my questions. You never abandoned me in the silence. You were holding me, even then. You were holding me, even now. And something in me softens as I say that out loud. Something loosens, like a string pulled too tightly across my chest finally releasing. I don't have to hold it all anymore. I don't have to be the strong one. I don't have to be the one who's always okay. Because you are. You are the strength I don't have. You're the okay I don't feel. You are the rest when I've forgotten how to rest. So let this night become a sacred unraveling, not a falling apart, but a falling into grace, into safety, into the softness of your mercy, into the promise that I don't have to do this on my own. Not tonight, not ever. I lay down the lie that tells me I'm behind. I lay down the weight of trying to prove my worth. I lay down the guilt that still lingers from things you already forgave. I lay down the pressure to perform, to strive, to hurry. I lay it all down here, in this stillness, at this altar of blankets and breath and barely whispered prayers. Because this is where you meet me. Not on stages, not in crowds, but here, in the quiet, in the real, in the raw. And this is where I choose to meet you back. Not with polish, but with presence. Not with effort, but with openness. Not with a plan, but with a prayer. Have your way in me. Even here, even now, even in the places I haven't let you in before. Even in the parts of me that still ache. Even in the places I thought were too broken to matter. Come in, Jesus. Not just into the room, but into every room of my soul. Sit with me in the memories I don't talk about. Hold the shame I've buried under busyness. Touch the places in me that flinch when kindness gets too close. Speak over the parts of me that forgot they were worthy of love. And as you speak, let every other voice fade. Let the voice of fear lose its volume. Let the voice of shame fall silent. Let the voice of doubt be drowned out by your tenderness. Speak louder than the lies I believed. Whisper truth into every corner of me. Let your voice be the last one I hear before I drift into sleep. Because when you speak, the storm stills. When you speak, the soul rests. When you speak, the night becomes a sanctuary. So I listen now, not for instruction, but for intimacy. Not for answers, but for assurance. Not for what to do, but for who you are. And who you are is everything I need. You are the God who waits for the world to grow quiet before moving mountains in the dark. You are the God who heals the soul while the body sleeps. You are the God who restores identity before you restore circumstances. You're the God who sings over me in the night. I can't always hear the song, but I believe it's there. I believe you're still singing even when I can't recognize the melody. I believe you're still speaking even when I don't understand the words. And I believe you're still moving, even when I feel still. So I stop asking when, and I start saying yes. Yes to the unseen work. Yes to the hidden healing. Yes to the slow mending. Yes to whatever you're doing in the places I cannot reach. Yes to peace that surpasses understanding. Yes to joy that doesn't depend on results. Yes to the love I didn't think I deserved, but that never stopped chasing me. Yes to rest, not as a reward, but as a revelation. Yes to sleep, not as an escape, but as an encounter. Yes to you, always you. You're not waiting for me to get it all right. You're simply waiting for me to be still. So I'm still, not because the chaos has stopped, but because I have chosen to stop fighting it. Not because everything is fixed, but because I know who holds everything. Not because I feel strong, but because I know where to lay my weakness. Right here, right now, at your feet, in your arms, wrapped in your presence, anchored by your love. So as I close my eyes, I don't count the reasons to fear. I count the reasons to trust. You are good. You are here. You are able. You are faithful. And you're not finished. You're just getting started. Even in the dark, even the silence, even in the sleep. Let this night carry the sound of surrender. Let my dreams be kissed by peace. Let my breath be holy. Let this rest be sacred. Because you are here, and I am finally home. There is a stillness now that didn't exist before. Not because all my questions have been answered, but because something in me has finally stopped striving to find them. I feel it in the way my shoulders have lowered. I feel it in the weight that no longer presses on my chest. I feel it in the slow rhythm of my breath, steady now, as if my body finally believes what my soul has dared to trust, that I am safe here, that I am held, that I am known, and I am not alone. You are here, and you've always been. I just needed to slow down enough to remember. You never needed me to do more, pray louder, try harder. You just wanted me near. You wanted me present. You wanted this quiet offering, not of words or works, but of willingness. Willingness to be loved in the middle of the mess. Willingness to be still even when the storm hasn't stopped. Willingness to surrender before the miracle. And that's what this is. A surrender. Not a giving up, but a laying down. Not a quitting, but a quiet confidence that you are good even when I do not understand. So I give you this night, fully, freely, without resistance. I give you the last of my thoughts, the lingering echoes of the day that try to creep back in. I'll let them go. I don't need to carry them into tomorrow. You already go before me. You already hold what I do not know. And tonight, I choose not to borrow trouble from a future I cannot see. I borrow peace instead. I borrow the peace you've already promised, the peace that passes understanding, the peace that guards my heart and mind, the peace that flows not from circumstances, but from presence. Your presence. Wrap me in it now, Lord. Wrap me in peace the way the sky wraps itself around stars. Quietly, steadily, unfailingly. Wrap me in the assurance that I am fully known and fully loved. Wrap me in the truth that even when I sleep, you do not. Even when I let go, you hold tight. Even when I stop speaking, you still listen to the unspoken. You do not miss a single part of me. So I no longer need to grasp for attention. I no longer need to perform. I no longer need to pretend. You have seen me, all of me, and you stayed. You saw the thoughts I was ashamed of, the fears I didn't name, the things I wish I could erase. And still you stayed. And more than that, you loved. You loved me in the unraveling. You loved me in the wandering. You loved me in the weariness. You loved me in the weakness. And you love me now, in this still moment, as I rest here, silent and surrendered, tired but trusting, empty but open. You love me without pause. You love me without condition. You love me in the waiting. You love me in the healing. You love me back to life. So I rest in that love now. I let it hold me, shape me, carry me. I let it silence the questions that no longer serve me. I let it whisper over the places where fear once lived. And I let you speak instead. Speak peace over my body, Lord. Let every cell, every breath, every heartbeat find rhythm in you. Let the tension drain. Let my muscles release. Let my heartbeat slow in sync with the sacred. Speak peace over my thoughts. Let them soften. Let them slow. Let them wander, not into worry, but into wonder. Speak peace over my dreams. Fill them with light. Let them be more than images. Let them be encounters. Encounters with truth, with clarity, with beauty, with joy. Let me dream the kind of dreams that plant seeds in the soil of my spirit. Seeds of healing, seeds of promise, seeds of peace. Speak peace over my past. Let me remember it through the lens of grace. Let me see how you were there all along. In a heartbreak, in a delay, in the no's that led to better yes, in the things I called endings that were really beginnings. Speak peace over my future. I do not need to map it out tonight. I do not need to see the whole road. I only need to know that you'll be there too, and you'll be good there too. So I rest in that, not because everything is figured out, but because I am no longer trying to figure out alone. I have you, and you are enough. You are the miracle I didn't know I needed. You are the healing I didn't know how to ask for. You are the answer that quiets every question. You are the voice I trust more than my own. You are the light that does not burn out, the peace that does not run dry, the presence that does not leave. You are the shepherd who leads me even in dreams. You are the father who never sleeps, the friend who never grows weary, the comforter who never walks away. You are the I am, and I am yours. So I say it again, with no resistance. I rest, not because I should, but because I can, because you've made rest not a command, but a gift, not a rule, but a refuge, not a duty, but a doorway into your presence. So let my last thoughts tonight not be fears, but faith. Let my last words not be worry, but worship. Let my last breath of the day be sacred, surrendered, steady. And if I wake before the sun, let me wake with you on my lips. If I wake in the night, let me remember that you are already awake. And if I sleep deeply until morning, let it be a testimony of trust. Trust that you are working even when I cannot see it. Trust that you are healing even when I cannot feel it. Trust that you are moving even when everything else is still. Let this night be marked by mercy. Let it be full of unseen miracles. Let it be wrapped in your favor. Let it be the beginning of something new. And if nothing else changes tonight but my heart, then that is miracle enough. Because peace isn't always a destination. Sometimes it's a person. Sometimes it's a whisper. Sometimes it's the sound of letting go. And sometimes it's the quiet presence that meets me right here, right now. So I let go. I let go. I let go of everything I was never meant to hold. And I receive what was always waiting for me. Stillness, surrender, peace, presence. You, only you, forever you. Wrap me in your light, Lord. Cover me with your breath. Let this sleep be deep and healing. Let this night be sacred. Let this soul be still. Because I am no longer afraid. I am no longer performing. I am no longer carrying what was not mine to carry. I am no longer running. I am here, with you, and that is enough. So I close my eyes. I release the last of my resistance. I rest in you, and I will not wake up the same, because I did not lay down the same. This night belongs to you, and so do I.